I said, okay. So bam, they close the door. I turn around. I'm walking off. I'm walking back to my car. I'm saying to myself, man, what? Wow. I ain't never been hurt before. If it is gonna be a situation where I'm gonna, feel some kind of pain from a female, and something like that, this should be and would be the time. Man, I'm walking back to my car, and I ain't really feeling nothing. I crank it up, backing out the driveway, and I'm steady telling myself, man, I know right now I should be hurt if I was gonna be hurt, but I don't feel no pain. Man, right then, once I put my car from reverse into drive, I decided right then, oh, I got it. I got I got it. Right? So if it was a situation from that moment prior to that, well, I might have had a heart, or if I had a heart, man, I knew right then when that dude answered that door. And from the time I turned around and received that information, you know what I'm saying, from that little demonstration they had going on, I knew right then, once I put my car in drive, that if I did have a heart, as far as those type of situations was concerned, right at that moment, that particular police officer gave me a heart transplant. You understand me? He took my heart out, and I don't know what they did with it. So far as that was concerned, moving forward, in all of those type of situations, it was going to be, it's going to be something else, right? So fast forward. Fast forward. Fast forward. Now, who am I? Why do I get to say this? Why do I get to feel that? I'm not trying to be nobody's relationship coach. I'm just talking about, situations that I've been through and, conversations that I have with people. And just, if you happen to, want somebody to discuss this with, and you talking to somebody that you feel like you can open up with and, share your feelings with and express your pain and your feelings at the time in the moment, how you feel about that situation. For people that I know, I feel like I'm a good person that, they do that with, because what I'm not doing, I ain't gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna listen to you, and if that's what you want. However, if you say what you think, now you ask me what I think about it. All right, I'm gonna give you my evaluation, my assessment of it. I'm not telling you what to do. I might just say what I did in a situation like that, or what I would do. However, that don't mean that you can run the same plays that I run, because everything is situational and everybody got their own playbook. And, everybody might not have the uh, tools in their box to run the same plays that somebody else ran. But, I done been through hurt and pain and, all of this type of stuff, but it wasn't from a heartbreak situation, because that, like I just told you, that heart thing, that was done with. But, I've been married before. Yeah. Met my wife, and we got married, and I feel like we had a nice run. Total time of, from the time we got together to the time we broke up, about 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So far as I'm concerned, I didn't, live that part of my life. But, you know, who knows? I always say I ain't gonna never do it again, but who knows? Who knows? What I do know is I have experienced, the best far as I'm concerned. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, not just from my wife, just from, my experience. I like things to be organic, like had a beauty of a floral arrangement full of orchids. You know what I'm saying? That purple. That's a whole nother level. See, right now, I'm talking to somebody, I'm saying something to somebody, and it might go over somebody else's head, but, it's a vibe, it's a feeling. And, one thing that you feel how you feel, and you're entitled to your feelings because they your feelings, right? So I'm talking to one of my exes one day, and she told me, we talking about relationships. We don't mess around no more, nothing like that, but, we cool. So we talking, and we have real conversations. And I'm expressing some things to her. She expressing some things to me. And she told me that one thing I don't feel like you can do is you can't tell your heart how to feel. And that was very interesting to me when she said, you can't tell your heart how to feel. It's going to feel how it feel. And I like that. However, for me, I think I'm kind of smart. So, I ain't just going off just my feelings. I'm going to put my own analytics with it. And, I'm going to have something to do with it. Because, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Right? I'm telling you, it don't make no difference, man, who it is or what it is. I was talking to a friend of mine. I was up at the barbershop one day, and this female that I know, that I talk to when I'm up there, when I run into her sometime, she had a friend, and her and this guy, they was like, why don't we introduce church to such and such? I was like, let me see her. She showed me a picture of her, and I looked at it, and I was scrolling, like I was looking at a Facebook post, because beauty in the eye of the beholder. That I don't know what about you made you feel like this something that I want. She could be the best thing in the world. She could be the best thing going. But when I looked at it, it wasn't appealing to me. It wasn't nothing that caught my attention. So it wasn't even nothing that I would even want to entertain. You know what I'm saying? Not in no capacity. And I'm proud of myself for that, because, it's just not worth it, because to entertain something means to be distracted from something else. And, no matter what, I do multiple things in multiple lanes, and each individual only have 100% to give. So if you put your 100% into one particular thing, that one thing going to get maximum effort, maximum energy, maximum attention. But if you got 4 different things that you're trying to do at the same time, each one of them things only getting 25% of your energy and effort and attention. And if I was going to be entertaining something that's going to be, at some point going to be viewed and considered by me as a distraction, it got to be a welcome distraction. That's just like when you get ready to go out and get something to eat, right? When they bring the food to you, you can see them coming towards you with the plate. First thing you're going to do is look. It look good. They put it down in front of you. You're going to smell. We activating senses right now. And then we're going to taste it. And then we're going to decide how we feel about it. Same thing with dealing with a female. I got to see you first, just so I could see what I'm looking at. You could be the best thing in the world. You could be the best woman in the world, but I'm going to have to be the person to make the decision, you understand me, to decide if you're going to get the best version of me. And that's going to start off with what I'm looking at. Then I got to smell you. Yeah, we're going to activate our senses just like eating food. You understand me? I got to look at you. I got to smell you. Then, you understand me, I got to feel you. And then, of course, when I say feel, I'm talking about feel the vibe. And then, just like with food, you want it to look good. You want it to smell good. And then, you're gonna eat it, and hopefully it tastes good, and on and on and on. If that's, I'm talking about, if that's how you want to do that. I mean, that's a weird parable, but forgive me, man. I'm on a roll right now. Stay tuned, man. I'm going on to the next thing.